So in this video, we're going to have a look at components in Jira project. What are components? Well, components are basically different sections of your project. So if you have mailing application, so one component would be the login, another component would be to view the list of emails, another component would be to send emails, another component would be to view an individual email. Well, let's add those 4 components. In the description, we can provide component for login and logout, and we need to give it an assignee. Let's add another one. So we set list of messages. And then what do we say? Send message, send receive messages, and view message. Okay, now that we have the components, they're all active per default. In case, for example, at one point we have older components which we're not using anymore, we can decide to archive a component. So for example, let's say we have here an older component. We can decide to archive or even delete the component. Well, it's always better to archive than to delete. There's no really much sense of deleting the component since you can edit it in case you want to. So like you see here, we can edit. So there's no need to actually delete it, but let's archive it. So now this component is archived. We have some quick filters here for active and archived. And if we go to manage components, we have basically the same list again here. Let's go back to components. So, so what can we do with these components? Well, in case you have an epic or a story or multiple epics and multiple stories which belong to a component, this is very good. Is a very good way of grouping them together so that you know that the team which handles the send message, for example, component has this number of issues. But how do we add a component to an item? Well, we simply go and open the item and add the component. Well, let's see how it's done. So we have here an item. We have in the item the component section. You can just click on the pencil, and here we can select one or more components from the list, or we can just go in the item, click on edit, and we can do the same via this option here to add the item or the components to the list. In case we want to remove a component, just click on the pencil, remove the component and save. And let's just add another component here. Just add them all. Perfect. And now let's go back to the components. And if we refresh the page, we now see the number of issues per component. As you might have noticed, the archived component was not in the dropdown. Let's double check that. So we open an issue and we don't have the old component. And this is what would also happen if, for example, we have the login here and we decide to archive it. We would not be able to add it again. So once we remove it from here, we will not be able to add it again. But it would still be available in the issues. So even though the component is marked as archived, for reporting, it's very good that Jira keeps the archive component also still available there. That doesn't delete them. On the other hand, of course, if we would actually delete the component, we see here, since the component is in use, we have the possibility to either, well, change the component or to remove the component. And now it has been removed from that view. That is all that I wanted to show you regarding components. And in the next video, we're going to have a look at project shortcuts. See you in the next video.